Would I know? Just text me,
Yes.
Shari. Am I seen already? Not yet.
Ma'am, not yet po.
Oh, wait. Video. Okay. Am I already seen on video? Not yet.
Ma'am, we will be on live na po.
But I'm not yet on video.
Ma'am, you can be seen na, ma'am.
Okay. It's Thursday, 10 o'clock in the morning, and we're always excited and grateful. And we're blessed with nature. We're blessed with our trees, our plants, with the food we grow. We're blessed with having people who share the advocacies that we've been espousing and legislating and doing policies for the past few decades. And we're grateful that during these difficult times of the pandemic, we have a platform where people come together in commonality, in shared values and advocacies and actual action on the ground so that they share with you, with us, with me, with all of us, how we can better improve things around us, how can we better adopt and adapt to our environment, to our surroundings, to the crisis facing us. But even beyond COVID-19, beyond the pandemic, we must embrace the new norm. In fact, the new norm must be a better normal. And that's the reason why we passed the bill called the Better Normal Bill in the House of Representatives. And we decided to explain and operationalize what the better normal means to each and every one of us, to the rural folk, to the urban dweller, to the millennial, to the senior citizen, to the office worker, to the government servant leaders. And so today, it's a very, very special topic because, as you all know, I'm an amateur farmer, weekend farmer. Uh, when I was reading about permaculture many years ago, I realized that perhaps what I'm doing is permaculture without even having taken the course or even meeting the experts we have here. But I'm so glad that we have all the experts. But before that, I'd like to thank the Climate Change Commission for launching this online platform where we've had many subjects on sustainable mobility and fighting for the rights of those who don't have vehicles and claiming part of our commons or the street. We're grateful to the Mother Earth Foundation for supporting us in this endeavor because we are one with them in supporting RA 9003, which I'm sure our permaculture experts and our globe seed savers are also embracing, which is the segregation of waste at source, recycling, composting, ESWM. So Mother Earth is with us. We're very grateful for the partnership with Climate Reality Philippines. And one of our guests has been trained by no less than my good friend, former Vice President Al Gore. And we want the millennials to embrace urban gardening, to embrace seed saving, to embrace permaculture, organic farming, the natural way and the correct way of living. And we're also grateful to partner with the Institute of Climate and Sustainable Cities, Red, who is a co-advocate of many of the things I do. The Department of Agriculture has been giving away starter kits, and later on we will read those who have received starter kits. And oh, we have the pictures. Okay. And we make sure that they don't sell it. In fact, they use it. Okay. And later on, I'm going ahead. I have papaya seeds. I have roselle seeds. I have ampalaya. I have basil. I actually on recycled paper, on recycled pandan. Okay. I've been a seed saver ever since I was a child in Malabon. And I Daming buto, daming buto. We never waste anything. But we'd like to welcome the experts who will tell us more about what they do and how we can improve our way of living. Okay, to talk about permaculture. Permaculture, okay, tell us now. We have Bert Peeters, the president of the Philippine Permaculture Association, who may be a foreigner. I think he's European, he's Belgian, but he's actually already been in the Philippines for decades. And interesting, he has worked in Cabiao. I know Cabiao, Nueva Ecija, is that correct? Yes. Hello, are you with us from Cabiao, Mr. Peeters? You have signal there. Very good.
Yeah, I'm here. Yes.
Very good. You'll tell us more about the Philippine Permaculture Association. Very good. And we have the founder of Philippine Permaculture Research, Jabez Flores, who I believe is from UP Los Baños. Very good. Hello, are you with us from UP Los Baños?
Good morning po. Yes po.
Hi, this young boy is already a doctoral student or a doctor of permaculture?
Environmental science po.
Then, very good, very good. I wish that, I don't know if you still know the deans of way back, never mind. Our guest is a soil mate. That's so interesting because the founder of the Green Space Philippines, Rina, Papio, actually implements the laws that I've authored. And I'm so glad that you actually make use of the soil and use our food waste to enrich the soil. Are you with us? Good morning, Rina Papio.
Hi, good morning, Deputy Speaker.
Yes, it was Lauren. Okay. And the Global Seed Savers, I'm so interested. Salamat sa pagbibigay ng halaga sa ating mga buto. Sabi ko nga sa lahat ng tao, huwag kayo nagtatapon ng buto, buhay yan, right? Oh, so we must save our seeds. Karen Hizola, Global Seed Savers. Hi.
Yes po. Good morning po, Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Hey, show me your seeds. Okay. Last night, Ipat Luna gave away some seeds of Rosel and some of her overgrown talinum. I eat talinum every morning. I wish I'd shown you what I ate. The Organic Agriculture Program Leader in UP Los Baños, we have Dr. Blesilda Calub. Okay, I always like talking to agriculturists, especially those involved in organic farming. Dr. Blesilda Calub, are you with us from Los Baños? Hi, good morning. You have a very impressive resume. Yes. And a dear friend who's like a soul sister, who embraces many things that I've been working on for many decades. And she's so devoted and dedicated and passionate. I'm not sure if she's in Cavite or in Palawan, but we welcome once again an Earth leader, Carla Delgado. Hi, Carla. I hope you have signal now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Very good. You're still in Palawan, in the permaculture.
Yes.
Very good. Permaculture place. I think you should zoom your camera and show us the farm. Okay. Very good. I see. It looks like Kai Farms in Silang.
Yeah, except the sea is right there.
Oh, very good. Okay, show us. Maybe you can walk, but maybe the Wi-Fi is a problem.
Yeah.
And another sister in the environment and agriculture and many things I do is Paula Abarasturi. She and her husband, Nicolo, has trained my staff. I've attended their lectures, workshops, which are so doable. And the founder of Down to Earth. Hi, I always see her beautiful photos. It's amazing how you take all those nature photos. Are you with us from beautiful Laguna? Yes, imagine from Los Baños to Laguna, Palawan, Nueva Ecija, Metro Manila. So, Mr. Peeters, okay, tell us more about the Permaculture Association of the Philippines. First, let us define permaculture. From all our readings, permaculture means permanent agriculture. But what are the elements of permaculture? Organic farming, ecological solid waste management, water collection, water catchment, a natural design of the environment, and ecology and living with nature. But perhaps from a scientific point of view, from an expert's point of view, being the head and founder of this association, tell us about permaculture as something that's doable, uh, every day? And how can, from the permaculture perspective, how can we sustainably live in the better normal? We have Bert Peeters.
Yeah, welcome and good morning to all. I prepared a few slides. Maybe it can help us to see and understand the story I would like to tell about permaculture. Can I go to the first slide, please? Yeah, so permaculture in a new normal. I try to make a story that will capture permaculture, not just in general, but also what it means for our current situation. So next slide, please. Permaculture is designing with nature, no? Hindi lang siya designing as an agricultural system, pero sa amin mas malawak siya. Makasama din dito una yung ecosystem. So basically permaculture designing, it's an ecosystem approach kasi ang ididisenyo natin ay yung kalikasan. And the picture you see here is a diverse ecosystem that has been created over 20 years in the midst of a monoculture rice field. So what we try to do is to tap into the energies of nature. And that's the second important part. When you design with nature, you're going to go into a biodiverse approach. And looking at the Philippines, it's an amazing, rich ecosystem. It's a biodiversity hotspot. I don't want to go to the negative parts of it. Pero ibig sabihin na maraming tayong buhay ilang, likas yaman na pwede nating gamitin para sa ating ekonomiya. Imbis na ang focus lang natin ay nasa kape, nasa kakao, nasa pinya, maraming buhay ilang dito sa Pilipinas na untapped na resources na nandun lang sila sa tabi. So when you do permaculture designing, you try to look at your ecosystem, you try to build it up again because we have been destroying them for over decades by looking at maybe a monetary-oriented economy that is only looking at the crops, not at the ecosystem that is going to help and protect you. So it's about saving these energies and maximizing the energies, the different crops, the different plants, the different animals, and all including them to create beautiful and attractive patterns. And that's what permaculture designing does. It's creating beautifully and mimicking nature resilience. In that sense, we work a lot with bamboo because bamboo is an abundant material. It grows into 3 to 5 years into fantastic crops. Ang problema lang, yung kwento ng malakas at maganda na wala na sa paligid natin. So paano natin ibalik para we can build up again buildings like the one on the right side that is built with natural materials that are found in Isabela province. And create beautiful patterns that are resilient and also reflective of a culture that is local and is being carried by people. That's why building patterns sa permaculture is also working with people and building patterns with people. So basically, permaculture designing, that's the essence of this first slide. It's about generating ecosystems-based abundance. If we go to the next slide, what is permaculture in action? We work a lot with local governments and LGUs. We have learned how to make the bridge and make products that are locally relevant with abundant materials that you can find in localities and sell them as much as possible. We go to a processing level, not just to raw materials, but also how people can make them and create them and craft them into something useful, like baskets, like weavings, like bamboo bikes, like wines, juices, etc. And then the education that we connect in permaculture is trying to design. Sorry, can you go back to the, yeah, thank you. Design and craft and create. So it should be localized, relevant education. It's based on what grows locally and on the things that we can bring back locally to be able to create, again, a thriving economy. And basically, and that wraps up the whole idea, is permaculture designing is restoring and thriving along ecosystems throughout the Philippines. And every ecosystem has something to offer. We have 7,000 islands, so many different kinds of ecosystems. If we can only enhance the carrying capacities within and tap into the natural energies of the plants and the animals that are there, but we have to veer away from the monoculture systems. In the picture, you can see we are building riparian projects. We are building bridges with volunteers. We are creating abundance, again, in landscapes that have been devastated for ages, to bring back that energy, to bring back that resilience. And then I think we are better protected for the new normal. Basically, the new normal in this case is not just COVID, but it's also climate, no? The change in the climate. And essentially what you're doing here, you're empowering communities, because these communities suddenly see and realize that they're not depending anymore on foreign investments or imports. They are depending on what is being generated locally. So you create empowered communities that are going to excel in the skills of working with their local materials. And essentially, they're going to protect what grows and lives and thrives locally as well. Next, please. Next, thank you. So in the new normal, I made this very specific, saying we need to slow down. One thing is we need to start walking and biking and sharing a ride. Look at our 4-lane highways. They are made for our machines. I personally find it so horrible. We need to make them, again, to be used by people, by us, because we don't create and we don't design for our machines. And in that sense, you're going to create and go back to bikes. And in the sense, I put here a bamboo bike. It's a beautiful blend of a local skill and a local material and a means of transport that makes so much sense in the new normal. And if you create an industry around bike making, and if you create an industry around growing bamboo, and you provide livelihoods in the different provinces to be able to make these things, and then go to improving skills, not just by making things, technical things, but also by cooking and looking at food in a different way, because it's not only about rice and a few viands, it's about all these things that are growing here. I'm sitting also in a permaculture farm. There are 1,000 things growing here that you can eat, but that are rarely being found in the market. So how can we bring back that kind of essence of food, not just as being translated into rice, because otherwise we are never going to veer away from our monocultures. In permaculture, you look at the diversity, you look at the yield of all the different crops that can provide you with an income, not just food, but also with making things and creating things that are going to make sense in the new normal. And in the end, again, that is to rekindle and strengthen local cultures. Again, we have 107 languages in the Philippines, but they are dying out very fast. So how can we make culture part of what we do? Slow down is one part of it. Go back to dances, cultures, singing songs that are related to what we do in the field. And then we create and grow crops that are relevant to people. And then we build buildings that are, again, meaningful, at the same time also embracing the needs of people that are going to use them. In this case, you see a building on the right, which is a daycare center for the tribal community in the Sierra Madre. It has a rainwater collector, it has a compost toilet. It's a daycare center, open, built, and facing towards nature. So in that sense, you bring in everything that people should know about nature to be able to design and work with it and to be able to craft with it. So creating meaningful and relevant things, that's really the essence here in the third slide. If you go to the fourth slide, next please. So permaculture in action through the association. What we try to do here is, first of all, is living the life. We have been doing permaculture for past 20 years. So nakita din namin na kung hindi kami mismo ay nabubuhay tulad ng sinasabi namin, may problema, may disconnect. So we built an off-grid office in Marikina. It's the Office of the Permaculture Association, where we disconnected the place from the sewerage system. So it has rainwater collectors, it has compost toilets, it has its own energy, it has a solar panel. So the house can stand on its own, and it doesn't contribute to the wastewater that ends up in Manila Bay. That's the things that we would like to promote as well, that it's possible even in urban areas to apply and use permaculture. Then we do a lot of education and training. We bring people together, open source, learn from each other. There are websites that we created, Facebook pages where we say, share what you know and let people tap into it, because there is so much to learn. If you talk about nature, before you can start designing, dapat siguro ang unang kailangan nating gawin is matuto tayo kung anong salita, anong wika ng kalikasan, and then we can create beautiful stuff. Then the third is the cyclical and donut economy. We need to build up the social foundation. There are too many people that are on the fringes of survival. We need to give them a fair share of the benefits and of the wealth that's around us. And then we need to look at the ecological ceiling. We can't keep on destroying our environment. It's time for us to start building up again our ecosystems and veer away from the monocultures, add a lot of resilience into the fields, and create thriving ecological economic systems. And they can be happening in the urban areas as well as in the rural areas, because sometimes if I look at the rice fields, I just see green deserts. If I look at Manila, I just see gray concrete. It's both as boring as the one as the other. So we need to go back to making inclusive action and policies as well. Enhance or at least bridge towards local governments the things that we can do together. And in that sense, no one left behind. Try to include people, try to create local and green jobs to be able to provide decent livelihoods, to provide livelihoods so people don't have to go to another country. And basically, what we try to do with permaculture in that sense is promoting and stimulating well-being in a very broad sense, helping the LGUs to see that a thriving life should happen in the first place within their own locality. And we should not be looking with jealous eyes to Metro Manila or to other urban centers where there is a lot of money, but lots of misery as well. So we try to balance that, and we try to see what every area can offer in terms of livelihood and how we can help restore and rebuild ecosystems throughout the Philippines. And next slide. I made it very short. Because I think there are so much other things to share, but designing and creating ecosystems, designing with nature, that's the essence of permaculture. And when we, in the past 20 years, we are looking forward to support into implementing riparian projects and eco-restoration in terms of reclaiming all rivers and creek sites in the country. We feel it's something we can't do. We have 5 projects areas in the Philippines, 2 provinces, 1 city, and 2 municipalities, where we focus our attention. But the job is so big that we need agencies of government to really step up this thing and create highways for animals and for other living creatures to move throughout our country, and not just creating a country that is made for people, because we need nature to help us to reclaim and to re-thrive and to make ecosystems again very resilient. So riparian projects is one way of doing that. It combines tourism with abundance, with products, with designing. At the same time, it creates a natural corridor and a buffer zone in terms of flood protection and helping farmers to create better crops in the long term. So we need support on that one. And we're also launching a course on permaculture for senior high. We have been thinking about it for a very long time. It's being proposed in Dumingac and it's being submitted locally to the regional DepEd. If we can only get support to put permaculture designing on the national DepEd level. So for senior high, students have a choice to make. They can now go into permaculture designing, and they can graduate from high school as designers, meaning to say they become part of a thriving economy. They know how to look and read nature instead of trashing it and making it making it more ugly. They can now be part of the solution, try to help and build up new ecosystems that can help them thrive and culturally survive in the new normal. And then lastly, it's ensuring quality implementation of permaculture throughout the country. I'm not saying per se accreditation, but to help guide and give points systems, or to give support system towards people who want to start permaculture projects. And it's very complex. We know that from experience. So for them to be guided, to be assisted, it's important. And if we can help, if we can get support from government in doing that, that would be amazing. So
very good. Thank you very much, Mr. Peters. We can see that many of the laws actually, which are already in existence in the Philippines for the past decades, if you put them together, it are the elements of permaculture. We're talking about ecological solid waste management. We're talking about the Water Collection Act. We're talking about the bill for the circular economy. You call it the donut economy, correct? We're talking about the Clean Air Act. We're talking about sustainable mobility. We're talking about even the Climate Change Act. So there's much that we could do together simply to implement already existing laws, but really designing little or big farms, rural or urban areas, and make sure that every local government or even people's organization and NGO understand, implement, operationalize, and benefit from permaculture. We don't trash, we nurture. But to tell us more about, thank you so much, and you stay on because we'll have a healthy discussion, and I have so many messages on Facebook. But before that, we go to you're still a millennial, right? a doctoral student, or have you already graduated of environmental science in my alma mater, but he's from Los Baños. So tell us about his research on permaculture and how crop biodiversity factors in permaculture. Tell us about, they call you Mr. Flores, Jabez, based on your study, what are the benefits, okay, to households? So let's simplihan natin. Paano makikinabang ang barangay, ang mga household sa mga disenyo ng permaculture compared sa conventional farming yan. Kayo mga taga-UP Los Baños ang eksperto sa agrikultura, sa environment, etc. So let's make sure ang ating mga magsasaka, ang ating mga maliliit na farms, small farms. I'm a small farmer. We can farm. Paano makikinabang sa permaculture kung ihambing natin sa regular o traditional, conventional na farming? Ayan. Jabez, Flores.
Thank you, Ma'am Lauren. Hello. Thank you, first of all, for this opportunity that you have given me to share our research on permaculture. I would like to acknowledge also Sir Bert and Dr. Calub. Actually, sila yung mga tao na responsible kung bakit ako nandito sa field na to. Dr. Calub was my professor in organic agriculture, and Bert was my teacher in permaculture. So this was in 2012 and 2014 respectively. And it is actually them who inspired me to pursue my PhD, my master's and my PhD, and do a study on this. So as we've seen earlier, maraming ginagawa ang Philippine Permaculture Association all over the Philippines, but we haven't really heard about these things, especially in mainstream media. And we're happy to report that there are a lot of people doing this permaculture design in small scale, medium scale, and it's our job as researchers to make people aware that there is actually something very good happening. And it's really hard because it's not a topic or a subject matter that's really attractive. So that's why I'm thanking yung mga agencies na nag-fund ng study na to. First of all, Secretary De La Peña of DOST, SEI, and Dr. Bio for my scholarship, and Dr. Gregorio of CIRCA for funding yung aming research. So these are the people, the institutions that believe na merong future dito sa aming ginagawa. I would like to discuss first permaculture and diversity. So here in the slide, you can see, I said permaculture landscapes are designed for diversity. So this is very basic sa pagdating sa permaculture design principles. So it's a conscious design. It means na the practitioner really aims to have diversity, and not just biotic but diversity, or ibig sabihin yung mga crops, yung wildlife, yung mga trees, not just that kind of diversity, but biophysical diversity and sociocultural diversity as well. So these things are sometimes neglected or ignored in designs. So I have here one of the study sites we had in 2018. I would like to give a shout out to Sir Enrico Navea. I believe he's Bert's student, correct? Yeah, I think so, yeah. He was Bert's student a few years ago, and we went to his farm. Actually, this is just a small patch of land in Isabela where he was making his own house. And in this small area, we actually found 54 species of flora and fauna in a 1-hectare sampling area. And I would like to emphasize here his philosophy or his perspective on how he designed his farm. If you're a conventional farmer or you don't know how to practice ecological or permaculture philosophy, you would just clear the whole area and plant it with your crops. But what Sir Rico did with his farm is he actually preserved a patch or a corridor of native trees where birds can actually live. So it's like a wildlife corridor. So later I will show you the things that we found in this area. But I would like to emphasize this study site in particular because this is one of the smallest that we have seen in our data collection. We studied 12 sites in 2018. Next slide, please. Okay, in the 12 sites that we visited, we found that in a 1-hectare sampling area, there are an average of 27 crops per site. So these crops are not just for selling, but they actually eat these crops. So the families, the household who live in these areas actually benefit from what they are planting. So this is good because there's diversity in their diet also. And in terms of accessibility, they have food that's available to their household right in their backyard or front yard. So you can see in permaculture, there's an emphasis on perennial crops. So there's not as much management when it comes to tending the garden. So you go there every now and then. But the focus on perennial crops it really reduces the labor, especially if your farm only have a few farm staff. So there's 27 crops, and that's an amazing number because like here I've included in my slide, there's gabi. Usually this is neglected because it just grows in damp areas. Actually, they eat this, including the leaves. And we see papaya. We also have okra, very easy to grow. And we have turmeric and ginger. And we created a long list of these foods. We ranked them, which is the most common among the 12. And which of these common crops do they actually eat and prefer? We put an emphasis on...
I'll just interject. Happy birthday, yes. Jabez.
Oh, thank you.
Birthday today. Thank you. Received a message. And also, off the record, I mean, hindi dito sa ating webinar, we don't have time. I-report ko sa iyo, ang aking crops, mas marami pa sa 27, mas sa kalaating hektarya. Super.
That's good.
Super dami. Herbs, puno, nakakain, it's an edible forest. Sige, continue.
That's good.
Okay,
thank you.
Continue.
So it's good to hear that a lot of us, especially non-farmers, we have to be involved in growing diversity in our own spaces. Next slide, please. Okay, I have 2 of my research assistants here watching. I post for them to be in the show, but due to lack of time, I will just share a part of what they did for the team. So I have Malvin here. He's the one who's doing my maps, and I have Erickson. He's the one who helped me with the biodiversity aspect. So we would like to show you the maps that we've done. So this is a map of the study sites that we went to. It includes Cabiao, also Bert's office in Marikina, which is very small but is very biodiverse. We have Kai Farms also here in Silang, Cavite. So Malvin told me to share this to you. So the application of remote sensing geographic information system in studying permaculture is an essential tool in developing decision support system for agricultural resiliency. Next slide, please. So maps allow our farmers and researchers like us to visualize the geographic location of the sites, determine the available resources, identify farm components, and draw boundaries for suitable crops in relation to its physical environment. So you can see in this slide, this is the number of permaculture practitioners that we've actually mapped in the Philippines so far. And based on our methodology, there's theoretically, there's 200 practitioners. We haven't really gone to each of those sites to check if they're really practicing permaculture. So out of the 200 people who claim to have practiced permaculture, we only went to 12. So I hope we can shed more light on the efforts of these people in the future. So thank you, Malvin, for making these maps for the team. Next slide, please. And here's Erickson. He's our wildlife expert in the team. He went with me in Isabela, the first slide I showed you. Actually saw a lot of birds there. And he said that more available species means that they can act as natural pest control, seed dispersers or pollinators, which can make the entire ecosystem more functional and resilient. So I think this is very unique because you don't start a farm with the birds in mind, right? So I think Sir Rico, Enrico Navea, the one who designed the farm in Isabela, was really very conscious about the trees, the birds, and knowing what their role is in the farm. So it does not just benefit him and his family, but also the environment. So before I end, I have these key points. So one is we have to understand what we have and what people are doing. So Bert presented what we are doing and what we have already, the loss that we have, we can put that into good use. From the information that we have, we can form our networks, we can start our interactions, and we build relationships. Relationships is key to permaculture design, and not just social relationships, but ecological as well. We are a complex system of interacting components. In permaculture, this is usually done in organic farming systems and agroforestry systems and in backyard gardens. And permaculture is redefining how we look at agriculture. It's not just managing systems for our own benefit, but for the benefit of all species.
I have a question, Jabez. Does
Yes,
a farm have to be assessed to be able to be called a permaculture farm? Because many of the elements, in fact all, and much more, I use adaptation, I use agroecology, I use organic farming, and I walk my talk in implementing my laws for 2 decades. Does it have to be evaluated by someone like you who studied environmental science and given a certificate of having taken a course to be called a permaculture farm? But actually, we've been doing it for many years, if not decades.
Yes. That's a good point. Actually, right now, the only indicators that we have if one is practicing permaculture or not is whether if he or she has taken a course or is a self-declared practitioner. So you can just declare, because so far we don't have standards for its practice. So anyone could just say that he or she is practicing permaculture. So we're working towards that to really see if who are the people who's practicing it. And for your next point is, what if you're already practicing permaculture? That's good, because permaculture was packaged in a way to communicate to other people who has been disconnected from nature. So if you're already practicing permaculture without even knowing it, so that's very good.
Yes,
so
actually.
Yeah, that's very good. So
I think so. I believe so, because many of the laws that we did from 2 decades ago. But anyway, we're so happy to learn this from you. And sa mga gustong mag-connect kay Mr. Peeters at sa research na ginawa mo, yung Permaculture Association, para hindi lang yung alam ko, kundi yung mga best practices sa Isabela, sa opisina sa Marikina, sa Cabiao, Nueva Ecija, lahat yan, we can compare sa Silang Cavite kay Carla, at maski na walang farm, yung mga interesado at maari silang magkumpul-kumpul, isang commune na farm, parang yung sinabi ni Carol Malasig, I think, who's now in Berlin and watching us, yung Klein Garden type na isang area ng gobyerno, pero rinerent out sa mga walang farm, yung mga maliliit, tapos permaculture ang kanilang ini-implement doon. Pero marami pa tayong mga mag-share sa atin. So, salamat sa ating dayuhan na marunong magtagalog, Pilipinong salita na si Bert Peeters sa saka Nueva Ecija. Salamat din kay birthday boy, doctoral student, Jabez Flores, but you stay on kasi ngayon naman yung ating pag-ahalaga sa lupa. At gustong-gusto ko sasabihin niya lalo na kasi ito yung buod ng aking patas, yung waste diversion. Nako, hindi na po dapat kinokolekta ng garbage collector ang ating food waste. Ha? Please lang, wag po, bawal po yan sa RA 9003. Ha? Dapat po ang food waste, ang dry leaves, ang ating twigs, lahat ng galing sa kalikasan ay binabaon sa lupa at ginagawa pong compost or organic fertilizer. Pero para sabihin pa sa atin, ang kanilang ginagawa ng kanilang organisasyon na ang tawag ay Green Space Pilipinas. At sasabihin niya sa atin ang bokashi composting. So, yung ginagawa kong composting sa aking farm at sa bahay ko na binabaong ko lang sa compost pit, tapos nilalagay ko ng soil, inalagyan ko ng dry leaves, inalagay ko ng twigs, at sinishred ko yung mga malalaking mga branches. Tignan natin kung paano niya ituturo sa atin tong bokashi composting. Kung di ako nagkakamali, isang restaurant sa Metro Manila many years ago during a trade fair of DENR sa ESWM does bokashi. I'm not sure, Rina, Papio, is it cravings? Do they do bokashi composting? They do a certain type of composting. But tell us about bokashi composting and waste diversion and how it is an integral part of the circular economy and of the permaculture lifestyle.
Yes, Deputy Speaker, thank you. Right po, cravings, they've been practicing po bokashi composting. So
lahat ng restaurant ganun, no?
Oo nga po. And we're trying to reach out to them and do that as well. So let me start by sharing lang po no na itong pinagdadaanan nating pandemya. It has somehow helped us realize kung gaano ka-importante na magkaroon tayo ng malakas, matibay na immune system at malaking factor doon that to help boost our immune system yung kinakain natin. So, when it comes to food and plant-based food, gusto natin healthy yung soil na paggagalingan ng ating kinakain. Kaya itong slide please. Next. So pang itong coming from Project Grounded, isa pong paborito kong source ng anything about regenerative agriculture, no, or regenerative practices. To have a strong immune system, we need more of the beneficial microbes in our guts. So it's just important na yung kinakain pala natin dapat puno rin ng mabubuting mikrobyo, about kapakipakinabang na mikrobyo. So for that to happen, it would be important na yung soil na pinanggagalingan ng pagkain ay healthy to begin with. At ang pag-uusapan na po natin ng growing with nature or permaculture, talagang hindi natin maihiwalay yung konsepto, yung idea ng soil health. At paano kaya tayo makaka-contribute in building soil? So ang sagot po dyan, yung kinakailangan natin to make healthy soil, next slide please, marami po tayo niyan sa bahay natin at yun nga yung food waste. Kagaya po ng nabanggit ni Deputy Speaker Lauren na hindi na dapat natin tinatapon ang ating food waste. Also, language nating mga Pinoy ang pagkain. Palagi tayong nakakaisip ng dahilan para mag-celebrate at magkainan. We all love a mañanita. So, more than 50% of what we throw ay food waste. And not to mean na nagsasayang tayo ng pagkain, pero every time we prepare food, merong unavoidable food scrap, and after we eat, laging merong leftovers na kailangan talaga nating i-dispose. And normally, yan ang ginagawa natin, binapack natin sa plastic bag, iniipon natin yung food waste natin, and then hinihintay natin ang schedule ng truck to pick up the biodegradable waste. But sadly, they all end up in a landfill. Yun yung ayaw na natin sanang gawin kasi whenever we send our food waste to the landfill, we are throwing away valuable resource that can help build soil. So sayang yung itinatapon nating food waste. So at Green Space, we really want to talk to you about an alternative. So there, a new way to food waste, not really new, pero if you've been doing the traditional way of putting it in a bag at pinapadala sa truck, it's time to change it. Let's compost it. Maraming paraan ng pagko-compost, pero ang tinuturo po namin specifically ay bokashi composting. So ito po yung imbes na sa bag nyo ilalagay yung food waste nyo, meron kayong composting bucket kung saan ihahalo nyo ang food waste together with a bokashi bran. Ang bokashi bran po ay gawa yan sa rice bran or darak na ferment using a microbial inoculant. So puno po ito ng beneficial microbes. Kaya ang ginagawa ng bokashi bran sa ating food waste, fine-ferment niya. So whenever you hear po bokashi composting, the key is fermentation. So hindi lang pala sa pagkain, no? Malamang pag sinabing fermentation, naiisip natin, no? Atsara, maybe kimchi, ginagawa din natin sa food waste. And bakit ganon? Dahil it is this fermentation process that allows us na pwede tayong magsama ng meat, ng dairy, ng fish, ng cooked or uncooked food doon sa ating composting bucket. Normally kasi sinasabi natin na wag isama yung meat, wag isama yung dairy, pero with bokashi composting, maaari nating isama yon. At dahil din dun sa fermentation process na mangyayari, we avoid foul smell coming from nabubulok na basura. And pag walang mabahong amoy, yun kasi yung nag-a-attract ng pest. So ayaw natin na mabulok siya at bumaho siya para wag tayo magkaroon ng problema ng daga, ng ipis, ng langaw. So marami pang benefits ang bokashi composting. Next slide po, please. Generally, we do it in 2 phases. First phase happens in our kitchen. So pwedeng kitchen natin sa bahay or a pantry sa office, kitchen ng mga restaurants, small businesses. The idea is anywhere where food preparation is happening and nangyayari ang kainan, nandun yung food waste. So we do the collection of our food waste in a bucket at lalagyan natin yun ng bokashi bran. The next phase happens in the garden. Yun naman ay kung saan kailangan na nating ihalo yung ating na-ferment na food waste with soil and let nature do its work. It's always yung soil microbe ang tatapos ng buong decomposition. Something between...
I'll just clarify, Rina.
Yes.
Bokashi is a brand or is it a generic name?
It's a generic name po. Ang bokashi, Japanese term siya, na ang ibig sabihin niya ay fermented organic matter.
So ito ay maaring gawin o bilhin. We're not endorsing any brand, right? Okay, very clear. It's a method.
It's a method. Well, Deputy Speaker, with what we do, kung kailangan nyo ng bokashi brand, we make bokashi brand and we also sell it. So, pero pwede mo rin gawin.
Ang mga household, kaya rin nilang gawin. Oo.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Continue, please.
Okay,
so waste. Ayun.
Oo, so sa pagitan po nung phase 1 and phase 2, yung nangyayari sa loob ng bucket natin, once puno na yan ng food waste at tatakpan na natin siya, itatago natin siya for 2 weeks, doon na nangyayari yung fermentation. So, phase 1, we normally call it men at work. Tayo yan. As in, we're being deliberate with our action of layering the food waste and the bran inside the bucket. Pero phase 2, nature at work na yan. So we expose it to the elements. There's sun, we let it breathe, may soil, may water.
Para maliwanag, no?
Yes.
Step by step tayo, no? Sa mga first-timers na alam ito. Although, ako many years ago, when Cravings showed in their ecological solid waste booth, in the DNR trade fair, they showed us how they do bokashi. But it's not easy to do right away. Let's go step by step. Kaya I'm glad that you have phase 1. Sige. So,
yes.
Sa mga tapos na mag-almusal ngayon, ayan, gusto natin i-walk through sila. Hanap po kayo ng maski anong lalagyan na may takip. Tama?
Yes, important po yung bucket na may mahigpit na takip.
Ayun.
So, kailangan
talaga i-walk through natin. Sige, i-walk. Pasensya na ha. Okay. Para din maintindihan ng lahat. Kasi ang dami kong mga nag-text na kaibigan, tinatanong ako. Sige.
Yes.
Mas ano na lalagyan? Maaring
maaari pong gamitin. Yes, basta ang importante ay either meron siyang mahigpit na takip or magagawa nyo ng paraan na magkaroon siya ng mahigpit na takip. Bakit kailangan natin yung mahigpit na takip? Dahil yung pong fermentation process na ginagawa natin sa bokashi composting, yung tinatawag na anaerobic, meaning walang hangin. Although it's not going to be 100% walang hangin kasi palagi natin siyang bubuksan at lalagyan ng laman. Pero important.
Maliwanag, isang timba o lalagyan na may food waste, 2 linggo, iiwanan natin na mahigpit ang takip para hindi rin mapasukan ng lamok, langaw, stray cat, aso, ahas, o maski anong insecto. Okay, so 2 linggo mahigpit. O sige na. Okay,
ang importante lang din pong malaman natin dun sa pagle-layer, ang kailangan natin maging expert of is yung tamang pagle-layer ng ating food waste at nung bokashi brand. Kailangan, ang pinaka-basic na tinuturo namin, at least isang dakot ng brand, bokashi brand, for every bowl full of food waste na ilalagay mo sa loob ng bucket mo. Pero it's not, ano naman po siya, hindi siya yung tipong strict rule and you'll go wrong pag hindi mo siya sinunod. Kasi for some na it's all fruits and vegetables, sprinkle lang ng bokashi brand. Kaya na niyang ma-ferment yung ano na yan.
We go to the second step, Rina. Thank you.
Yes. So once that's full, na ferment na siya, your microbes has work, and then you go to phase 2, kailangan mo na siyang ihalo sa lupa. So etong stage na to yung nagkakaroon tayo ng iba-ibang challenges, especially sa urban area, no? What we want to do is kung meron kang garden, maghukay ka, ilubog mo yung fermented food waste mo, tabunan mo ng lupa, sama mo na din yung mga dried leaves. Kagaya ng na-mention nyo kanina, dried leaves sa garden mo. And then, you just leave it that way. And in 4 weeks time, pwede mo na siyang ma-harvest or pwedeng diretso mag-plant ka na dun sa nilubog mo na food waste. Pero for some, wala akong garden. Let's say I live in a condo. If you have a small space in your home, you can do yung tinatawag nating soil factory. You have an old laundry basket, ilaline mo siya ng garbage bag, dun mo ile-layer yung lupa at yung iyong fermented food waste, and still you would make soil out of it. So, pwede din namang you can look for advocates of composting na they help in, if you don't have space, willing silang i-compost yung food waste mo, fermented food waste mo. You can check them out. If I may share about the Composting Revolution page in Facebook. Maraming taong doing food waste, bokashi composting, nandoon, member ng page. And pwede kang maghanap, meron bang willing tumanggap ng fermented food waste mo. But also, what if we can help dun sa usapan po ng food gardens, no? Kaya I'm always working close then with Carla, kasi when we talk about food gardens or making community gardens, hindi lang sana pagtatanim, pero let's also have a space there na people who don't have space at home can bring their bucket, mailubog sa lupa yung fermented food waste nila para there's compost for the garden. That's one thing that we can...
Actually, may batas na ganyan eh. 2001, RA 9003.
Yes.
The Ecological Solid Waste Management Law. The Mother Earth Foundation, si Sonia Mendoza, was watching us right now, also reminded me, yung Material Recovery Facility, kasama dyan yung compost pit.
Yes.
So, actually, 19 years na yan.
Oo nga po.
Yan, ang bawat barangay, bawat bahay, kung walang space, tama ka, ang bahay, sa barangay, may compost pit, binabaon sa lupa ang food waste, kasama ang mga twigs at dry leaves, etc. Okay.
Right. Opo. Siguro po kailangan lang nating tulungan yung mga lugar na kung hindi pa talaga fully nag-operate yung kanilang mga composting site, and we can have that. And actually po, kung none of those works and talagang kailangan ng tulong, we offer our services to compost. So just do the phase 1 and then we'll do the composting for you. So may mostly commercial or commercial clients, corporate clients yung nakakausap namin, such that ipunin nila yung food waste nila in buckets or in drums, kasi kung maramihan na po, no, And then we will take it from them, iwanan namin sila ng empty na nalalagyan ulit and their bokashi, replenish their bokashi branch so they can continue collecting. And then we take care of phase 2. So
we'll post all the contacts of Mr. Flores, Mr. Peters, and Miss Papio, and we also proceed now. Thank you very much, but stay on because all of these are connected in everything we do. Thank you. We'd like to talk about seeds. So we talk about permaculture and the circular economy. We talk about organic farming. We talk about regenerative agriculture. We talk about the circular economy. We talk about seeds. We talk about waste. We talk about solid waste. We talk about soil. Now we talk about seeds and seedlings and vegetables and plants and trees. Why must we save seeds? Why do we throw away our seeds when seeds are life? And so the Global Seed Savers is with us today, and I'm a proud seed saver again without even realizing that there is such a global seed saver movement. I want to join you because since I was a child, taga-ipon ng buto ang tawag sa akin ng aking mga kalaro. So kasama natin yung Executive Director ng Global Seed Savers. We have Karen Hizola. Are you with us, Karen? Hello.
Yes, good morning po.
Ayan. Sabihin niyo sa akin, bakit mahalaga? Although alam ko na sana yung sagot sa tanong ko, pero gusto ko ikaw magsabi, bakit mahalaga mag-ipon ng ating mga buto and how is the proper seed collection done? Yan. Lahat ng kumakain ng papaya, lahat ng kumakain ng mangga, ng avocado, o ikaw na. Sige,
yes po, Deputy Speaker, thank you very much. Those are part of my presentation. First, I'd like to thank you, Deputy Speaker, for being such a strong advocate of the environment and for passing a lot of bills supporting the environment and women and children. And I'd like to thank Carla also for inviting us here, including us in this conversation. And of course, all of the colleagues that we have here now who are working towards creating a better normal for everyone. So next slide, please. Ayun, thank you. So we will start with the power of seeds. So ano ba yung ano yung kapangyarihan ng seeds and why are seeds very important in our lives, especially ngayon sa panahon ng pandemya? Seeds actually, when you hold the seed in your hand, it's like holding the past, the present, and the future, because meron kang record ng kung ano man yung mga tanim na nag-produce ng seeds na yon, and you're holding the future in your hand because ang seeds po, tulad po ng sinabi ni Deputy Speaker, they are actually key and they are self-replicating. They're key to making sure that we are able to flourish in the future. And ang napansin po namin sa aming work ay seeds actually have the ability to bring people together, regardless po of age, gender, race, religion, or sexual orientation. So ang ginagawa po natin ay we're trying to ensure that tayo po ay seed sovereign. So meron po tayong control sa sarili po nating seeds sa kung ano po yung ating tinatanim kasi ito po ay very important factor in ensuring food security and food sovereignty. So next slide, please. Okay, so why save seeds? These are 4 photos that I'd like to show you. So let's start from the left. Ano yung nasa left, no? Yung nasa leftmost is a group of young children. They're probably part of a community and a family. So why am I showing this? Because in relation to seeds, importante po yung we take note of the importance of seeds in food security. Tulad po na sinabi ko po kanina, the first part po sa equation ng food security ay ang control over our own seeds. The second part, I think, the second photo will show you, this is a photo by Dave Leproso. This is a picture of what happened nung Typhoon Mangkhut here in Benguet. So I'm in Baguio right now. And so yung landslide na po yan affected so many lives and actually madami po mga families na nagsuffer because of that. And why am I showing this photo? Because I would like to relate seeds po sa climate adaptation. Importante po to, especially when we're looking at, kasi alam natin na ang Pilipinas po, according to some indices po, ang Pilipinas ay nasa top 4 or top 5 na countries na pinaka-vulnerable sa climate change po. And so in answer to that, we have to have seed diversity. And I was actually thinking about suggesting po na maybe we could incorporate this as part of our DRRM programs. So seed...
Yes, the Climate Change Commission is our partner here, and everything we're discussing will be part of our programs of government. In fact, in the resolution I filed to integrate the circular economy policies into the Better Normal Bill, I decided to have a standalone bill on the circular economy so that everything that we are talking about now, whether it is soil composting, which is actually a part already of ecological solid waste management, but we will reiterate in our circular economy bill. Everything about permaculture we're discussing, although it's already in my Forest Garden Act and in my Better Normal Bill, we will also include there. Everything we're discussing, we will have a working, technical working group Zoom session with you, not just this Facebook Live webinar to craft the circular economy and sustainable economy bill. Okay, proceed, please.
Thank you very much po, Deputy Speaker. That's very, very much appreciated po. And so, so from that, from climate adaptation, we go to culture. So lahat po tayo siguro we can remember pa yung ating parents or grandparents who used to save seeds before, and then talaga pong part ng kultura ng Pilipinas, especially in terms of rice and other heirloom na mga seed varieties, yung seed saving. And then the next one is biodiversity conservation. Why is this important? Kasi alam po natin sa pinakita po ni Jabez kanina, and sa pinakita din po ni Kuya Bert kanina, na every single species po na nasa ating ecosystem is very important. So pag nawala yung isa, everything else will be affected. So this is very important sa biodiversity conservation. And I'd like to echo lang yung sinabi po ni Jabez kanina na underutilized crops. Madami po tayo. In fact, ang Pilipinas po ay kilala as isang mega biodiverse na country sa buong mundo. We have some groups say na there are about 9,000 plus, some groups say there are about 16,000 plus na fauna, different types po ng mga tanim sa Pilipinas. And biologists estimate na meron po tayong around 10% po na edible. So if we are able to map and discover kung ano po itong mga pagkain na to at we're able to save their seeds po, maybe it can help change and address yung malnutrition issues po natin, yung food security na issues po natin.
Magtuturo tayo sa DepEd ng mga estudyante na mag-ipon ng mga buto. Tuturo natin yan
Yes po.
Lahat ng ginagawa natin to, gagawa tayo ng maikli lang na video na i-share natin, ilalabas natin online. Everything we're talking about for 1 hour or more, we will do in 5 minutes para ma-simplify at maintindihan ng mga bata. O sige, proceed.
Okay, thank you very much. Next slide, please. Okay, so how do we save seeds? How do we collect seeds? Meron po tayong tatlong pinaka-key na paraan. So first, we harvest the seeds. Titingnan po natin, depending on the type of seed, meron tayong 3 ways. I put there WWFD para madali po nating ma-remember. Ano yung W? So wet processing. Yung wet processing ay hinuhugasan lang po natin yung seeds to clean them of debris. So tatanggalin natin yung seeds na nasama po sa pag-harvest natin. Ano yung WF? Itong WF is wet processing naman with fermentation. So, ano yung wet processing with fermentation? Napapansin natin, di ba, meron tayong mga seeds. For example, sa kamatis, if you look at the seed ng kamatis, meron siyang parang yung wet na covering around the seed. So, we do a little bit of fermentation in this processing. And then the next one is dry. So of course yung dry, gaya ng pechay, gaya ng mga herbs like basil, they're very easy to just harvest the seeds pagka dry na po yung part ng plant na may seeds po. So those are the 3 ways to harvest seeds. And then, paano po natin sila isa-store? Kung for example, hindi pa po natin itatanim agad ngayon, kailangan po natin silang ma-store sa cool, dark, and dry place. So tatlo, kailangan po silang nasa cool, dark, and dry place. Kasi po, sabi po, tulad po na sinabi ni Deputy Speaker kanina, ang seeds po ay may buhay. So meron po tayong tinatawag na embryo o meron po tayong tinatawag na parang baby na nasa loob po ng seed. And so we have to make sure na hindi natin magigising yung seed na to kung ayaw pa po natin siyang itanim. So we store them in a cool, dark, and dry place. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, so thank you very much. So I'll just speak briefly about our organization. So who are we? We are Global Seed Savers po. It started here in the Philippines po talaga because our founder, Sherry Manning, was a Peace Corps volunteer dito sa Pilipinas. So we're a non-profit, and then ang ginagawa po natin ay nag-facilitate po kami ng trainings and nag-encourage po kami sa farmers and other people to go back to seed saving. And then ang ating pong model is to teach po kung ano talaga yung best practices ng seed saving. And then kung may interesado po ng mga groups, we do seed trial. So tinetest po natin kung ano yung mga seeds na pwede po or viable po sa kanilang mga places or sa kanilang communities. And then next po is that we have an agreement with the group. I'm parang there's an issue with my internet connection siguro po.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. So those who are watching us now and those who are with us, will watch later how we do the bokashi composting. We'll also give away seeds. We are not selling starter kits. We are giving away starter kits for agriculture, and I'm giving away my seeds and more. And Ipat Luna who's also with us. So we're giving away papaya, rosel, ampalaya, basil, at marami pa. So lahat, I will also read all the Facebook messages. Napakadami, daan-daan. So we will give away seeds. Thank you very much to the Global Seed Savers. Thank you, Rina. Thank you, Jabez. Thank you, Bert. We now go to UP Los Baños once again. Tell us, Dr. Calub, you're an expert in agroforestry, in soil and water conservation, in organic agriculture. And I will no longer speak. It's already 11:08, and we have to listen to you, and we have Carla and Paula to react to our presenters today. May we see your slides, Dr. Calub from UP Los Baños, because she has tried to integrate all of what we're talking about in the DepEd K-12 program curriculum.
Yes, thank you very much for Deputy Secretary and Deputy Speaker for the opportunity na...
We see you. Okay. Okay, we see you now. There. Okay, Dr. Blesilda Calub, please proceed. Good morning.
Good morning po. Maraming salamat po sa pagkakataon na makapag-promote kami ng ginagawa namin na School Plus Home Gardens project. We'd like to ask or share with you that would the School Plus Home Gardens be a better normal? So we are, the School and Home Gardens project is a collaborative activity of the Southeast Asian Regional Center for Graduate Studies and Research in Agriculture ng University of the Philippines, Los Baños, at saka po ng DepEd, especially the school teachers in Laguna, wherein we piloted this project in 6 schools, starting in 2016 up to 2017. So 18 months lang po yung project. From the 6 pilot schools, they are now scaling up on their own, using their own money, using their own funds, using their own energy. Sila po ngayon ay nasa 50 plus elementary and high schools. Very recently, meron po tayong very, very strong demand sa Busuanga, Coron, for us to set up a similar School Plus Home Gardens, but gusto po nilang i-integrate ang biodiversity at saka ang entrepreneurship element. So, nandun po kami ngayon sa stage na nag-negotiate po kami kung kailan kami magpapa-training. We're supposed to have the training last April, pero na-COVID naman po. So we are now challenged by doing the training, but doing it online. Related to that, in 2017 ay na-conceive na rin po namin na mag-develop ng isang online course for scaling up the School plus Home Gardens project nationwide muna, sa Pilipinas muna. And after that, i-fan out po natin sa Southeast Asia. Also very recently, nito pong April, at the height of the COVID lockdown, we thought about ano kaya nangyayari sa mga schools natin, sa mga gardens ng ating mga bata. So we did an online survey to assess the usefulness of the School plus Home Gardens amidst the COVID-19 lockdowns. And na-surprise po kami, we had 1,257 respondents, 293 teachers, 344 parents, at saka po 620 students. What are the key accomplishments of the project? So students learned and enjoyed planting vegetables. Natutuwa po sila na, ay, ganito pala tumubo ang pechay. Ang tumubo pala ganito ang itsura ng puno. And then, the children also enjoyed eating the vegetables that they planted. Marami po sa ating mga bata hindi kumakain ng gulay. But when they are involved in the planting, harvesting, and cooking, natutuwa po silang kumain. And then, of course, with this project, families actively engaged in their children's nutrition through school and home gardening. We also made use of the school gardens as an open-air classroom for teaching edukasyong pangtahanan at pangkabuhayan for the elementary PPT. At saka po yung PLE, ito yung pang-high school na technology and livelihood education, also science, math, and English, but integrating in those subjects the science of food and nutrition, organic agriculture, edible landscaping, climate resilience, composting, yung isang speaker po kanina, from biodegradable waste. But ang first lesson po dyan, kailangan mag-segregate muna. Hindi pwede i-compost yung may kasamang mga plastic at iba ibang basura. Another main activity po ng project is teachers' capacity, that the teachers' capacity and the confidence was strengthened through the support from the local government units, government agencies, the academe, at saka po ng parents. At ang isa pa pong na-appreciate ng teachers ay yung participatory planning, action, and monitoring and evaluation. Sila po ang enable natin na mag-analyze, tapos magplano, mag-implement, at saka po mag-monitor ng kanilang progress. So with those few slides and quick presentation, masasabi niyo po ba na ang School plus Home Gardens is an option for a better normal? Kung kumbinsido man po kayo o hindi, we would like to share with you our learning resources. Ito po, unang dalawa ay videos that you can download. And the third one is a guidebook para po sa mga schools na gusto magkaroon o gusto mag-set up ng kanilang School plus Home Gardens project. And if you need further information, ito po ang lingkod. Ako po si Blesilda, Calub, Organic Agriculture Program Leader ng Agricultural Systems Institute, College of Agriculture and Food Science sa UP Las Baños. Nandiyan po ang aming number at saka po ang aking email address. Lastly, I'd like to challenge everyone. Let's do good. Let us be fair. And together, let us make a difference in the lives of our children.
Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you. So it's very clear that first, we should segregate waste at source, recycle, and compost, because we cannot compost if there is plastic, if there is can, if we do not segregate bote, lata, plastic, if we do not segregate what is recyclable or what is residual or latak. At yun lang dapat ang kinokolekta ng ating garbage collector. Alam-alam yan ni Sonia Mendoza. So the bokashi way of composting, whether you have a bucket or whether you have a compost pit in the barangay, in your farm, in your home, it can be communal. Second, dapat i-replenish at i-regenerate ang lupa. Very clear. Hindi lang pangalagaan ang mga gulay, pero syempre, ang lupa na kinalalagyan ng ating mga tanim ay dapat i-regenerate. Kaya dyan ang gagaling ang mga vitamina o ang nutrients ng ating mga kinakain. Kaya rainwater collection is also very important. Ang aking pangtubig sa aking mga gulay na tinatanim sa lupa man o sa paso ay galing sa ulan. Sa panahon ngayon ng tag-ulan, meron akong ginawang rainwater collector, yung alulod ng bahay, doon na pupunta ang tubig ulan. At yung tubig ulan ang siyang sinasandok or naglagay ka ng maliit na low-tech lang na gripo at doon ikakabit ang hose para ang aking pechay, ang aking kale, ang aking arugula, ang aking alukbati at malunggay at marami pang iba na matutuwa si Mr. Flores, more than 27 crops in less than a hectare. Napaka-biodiverse ng aking maliit na patch dahil sobra talaga at naka-inventaryo. Lahat ng puno, halaman at bulaklak ay merong tungkod na pangalan. Kung pwede ko lang ipakita dito. Okay, next. Carla Delgado and Paula Abedesturi will give us the reactions. Carla from Palawan, who's an earth leader who has embraced permaculture and sustainable way of living. Carla, would you like to comment on Mr. Peeters, on Mr. Flores, on Miss Papio, on Dr. Calub, and Miss Hizola, and they're all your friends. So would you like to give us your inputs on how else do we influence not just those who are watching us now by the thousands, and that I have to read, but every household, every barangay, 42,000 barangays in the country, if they just grow their own food, there will be no hunger during any pandemic. Carla.
Thank you for having us all on your show today, Deputy Speaker Lauren. Being in Palawan today, I feel that what I need to bring to the show is the connection to the sea, the dagat, because the Philippines is 7,100 islands and we're an island nation. And I'm now in a permaculture farm by the sea. Usually I'm in Kai Farms in Silang, Cavite, but during this pandemic, I'm here in the Tao Farm, which is a permaculture farm by the sea. And I realized that it's quite, parang it's the ideal model for the many parts of the Philippines to follow, because here in this farm, we have food gardens, permaculture food gardens with the biodiversity that Jabez talked about, and the whole ecosystem is supporting life, not just the human beings, but also all the species, the birds, the pollinators, the bees, because it's a healthy ecosystem. And here also, all the homes are made of bamboo. So it's very sustainable because you can even grow the materials to build these homes. And they're designed in a way to be resistant to typhoons because, as we all know, we're the most typhoon-prone nation on the planet. So that's a reality. And also living next to the sea gives us an extra source of protein because there's fish in the sea. So during a pandemic, I think it's important to think about living in a place that supports abundance of wellness for Filipinos. And I think we have a better chance of this outside of the cities and in healthy places like this where there's sunshine, there's land that we can grow our own food, and then there's the sea, and there's natural vitamin D and natural abundance and wellness. So the chances for Filipinos to be healthy, happy and strong, I think are much higher out here in provinces like Palawan. So just bringing in that nature energy and that thought to today's webinar. And thank you for everything you are doing for the environment, all these bills that I've just been writing, the Better Normal Bill, Circular Economy Bill, Forest Garden Act, Sustainable Economy Bill. I mean, thank goodness there's somebody like you doing all this. So thank you so much.
Yes, great. And those are the bills as congressman now, but let me just give a rundown of all the laws I enacted in my 3 terms in the Senate, not to brag, but so that the global seed savers, the Green Space Pilipinas, the Permaculture Association, UP Los Baños, everyone can implement the laws. Clean Water Act, Ecological Solid Waste Management Law, Climate Change Act, People Survival Fund, Renewable Energy Law, Clean Air Act, Environmental Education Awareness Act, and many more. So you see, we have the laws. I am one with you in all your advocacies and all the things we're doing. Let us remind everyone in the barangay level, the people's organizations that are seed savers and our soil composting experts and our biodiversity mappers and our permaculture experts. Tell them there are these laws, and just go to my website and my Facebook page, everything is there. And we will post this webinar in my Facebook. Ikalat ninyo parang informasyon ay lumaganap. Gaya ng pagkalat ng virus, ang pagkalat ng ating informasyon sa pag-save ng isang buto, sa pag-save ng buto ng papaya. Pag ang guro, Dr. Calub, ay magsabi sa mga estudyante sa eskwelahan, kumain ako ng papaya ngayong araw na ito at imbis na itapon, yan ay tinabi ko at aking tinuyo. Ako pa ay bata nung 1960s, ako po ay nagtutuyo na at nangongolekta po ng buto. Ako ay ilang dekada na pong seed saver. So I'm so happy to be with the global seed savers. Maliban po dyan, ang paghiwalay ng basura ay napakahalaga para hindi tayo bumibili ng fertilizer at gumagawa tayo mula sa mga food waste at mula sa mga tuyo na dahon. At ang ating pag-aakma ng ating pamumuhay sa ecology, sa ating kapaligiran, yan ay isa sa mga essence ng permaculture. We hear from down to earth, Attorney Paula Aberasturi, na sila ang nagbibigay ng mga lectures at training sessions at nandyan ba kayo? Nicolo and Paula, are you with us? Very good, we have you. Very good.
Hello.
Sila din yung nagbibigay ng mga drum. Drum lang ha, mga 2 square feet lang, pero magbibigay ng buhay na pagkain, yung tinatawag nating tower garden. Nako, Attorney Paula Aberasturi.
Hello, yeah. I just wanted to say thank you again, Deputy Speaker Lauren, and to all the speakers today. You can really do small things just from your home. So from the speakers alone, my reaction is that somehow the earth, nutrition, and how we live and act are all interconnected, and you can start small in your own houses, in urban gardens, in what we have like the small tower gardens. You can do it yourself. And then aside from that, people sometimes get overwhelmed. They want to do organic agriculture or start farming or growing their own food, and they think it's too much. But as you can see, there's so many people doing it already, experts in the field, and we can share knowledge. And you can start small just by composting and starting growing food in your own homes. And yeah, just that, and that it's easy and it's inspiring and that it's all interconnected. So once you start growing your own food, you can fix your nutrition and also help the environment. And the one last thing is biodiversity. That's what I got from the speakers today. And also to always be living and acting according to the rhythms of nature. That's all. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, Attorney Paula. Please stay on, all of you, because I have to read many of our guests today. Let me see. I am looking. I don't have my glasses. Allow me to wear my glasses. My staff, where did you put the list of the Okay. Romel Resurrection, good morning po. Sumainyo ang peace. Carmela Opena, Makabontok, good morning po. Gemma Regina Pastano, Corpus morning. Flor Lopez de Leon, good morning po. Antoinette Acantilado, good morning po. Twinkle Ledesma Peralta, good morning ma'am, God bless. Harriet Tauli, magandang umaga. Helen Osorio Ventura, I'm watching from Malibay, Pasay, good morning to all. Stay safe, everyone. God bless us always. Donna Sanidad, good morning po. Maken, good morning from Mandaluyong. El Pecanoo, good morning. Lauren Legarda, and to everyone watching from Cebu. Oh, keep safe in Cebu. Queen Loresto Pugarin, watching from Aninii. Duro gin kasalamat sa ako kasimanwa sa Antique. Maria Madeline, good morning. Gabushon Carmelita Ponce, good morning. Teresa Ruela, Cebu Seed Savers. Aba, nandyan ng Cebu. Global Seed Savers, thank you for having us. We're very happy to be with you in this panel. Yes, you're still here. Melinda Once, oh, my former staff, good morning po ma'am. Hinggil Miller Domingo Magpusaw, good morning, Deputy Speaker Lauren and company. Michelle Reyes Samia, good morning from the DepEd family of Pila, Laguna. Ang gaganda ng heritage houses dyan. I'm sure meron din kayong food gardens. Rolando Vinoya, good morning. Salamat po sa opportunity na makabahagi at matuto. Elinor Papio Caranzo, good day. Kit Ian Masusi, Kuya Bert, mas masarap po kayo pakinggan when you speak Tagalog. Kuya Bert pala ang ating si Mr. Peeters, ang tawag sa kanya. Adam Jesus Bering, good morning. Lauren Legarda, God bless you. What you're doing for the good of everyone. Thank you. Adam Jesus Bering, watching from Rojas City. Oh, FCU. Rina Go of Nix. Masarap ang lahat ng luto ni Rina Go. Ang tinatanong niya, how do we actually develop this? Where? Ay, makinig ka. So go to our Facebook page where we'll put Permaculture, Global Seed Savers, Dr. Calub, and Carla Delgado, and Aberasturi couple, and we have the soil green space Pilipinas and all of that. Rina, we'll talk later. Abigail Fiona Cruzada, could DepEd incorporate? Yes, it is incorporated in their learning standards. Yes, Dr. Calub, correct. It is incorporated, and because under the Environmental Education Awareness Act, it should not be just selected LGUs. It should be everybody because this is a law. Miss, marami pa eh. Sandali 1 minute. Michelle Dairit Fernandez, greetings from BF Homes Parañaque. Grace Flores Osorio, happy birthday Dr. Jabez Flores. Sana ay lumago ang permaculture sa ating bansa. I will make sure lalago ang permaculture kasi isa sa batas natin yan. Gagawa tayo, my circular economy will be further strengthened with the provision of permaculture mapping and operationalization in every barangay. Fritz Hermoso Season, good morning Inday. Inday po ako sa Antique. I'm excited once again in your webinar. Avid viewer and a practitioner, thank you. Mr. Peeters, my dream come alive. Oh, ang daming permaculture dreamers. Very good. Count me in. Bertrand Aldo Santillan from Tarlac City. Wow, very good. Congratulations to my outstanding classmate, Sir Jabez. Sir ka pala, Jabez. Rina Go, sana daw may training sa backyard. So mag-upload tayo sa Facebook ng mga actual training sa backyard. Kung paano mag-composting yan, yung bokashi, may 2 minutes tayo pero i-upload natin yan sa Facebook. Tapos dapat yung mga farms natin sa Isabela man, sa Silang Cavite man, kung saan sa maliliit na mga bahay ay meron tayong how to. Diba? Hindi lang art cards, hindi lang talk, but we will have a Permaculture 101 at ito ay video. Leo Acosta Donoso, watching from Los Baños. Edwin Lugo from Katipunan campus of JRMSU. Rina Go, very good. How do we attract the birds? What is the ratio food to brand? Oh, how do we attract birds? By having flowers that pollinate, right? Having gumamela and all the flowers that are colorful and having a clean environment. Yes. Jobert Corcamp, I think. Sabi, confused daw with brand and brand. No, I think it's clear. It's a Bokashi brand, right? B-R-A-N, right? There's no confusion. Richard Burton, ikaw ba ito? Saan po makabili ng Bokashi? Ginagawa yan. Okay, we will upload it as well on Facebook. SP Ramirez, God bless Antique. Kit, very good. Kit Ian Masusing, plant-based food. Tama kayo. Bongsi Escano from Playa Patnongon. Ay, kamusta kayo? Jason Vicente, very interesting topic and informative topic. Salamat. Joy Denaco, interesting topic. What are the types of food waste and pwede pong ilagay sa Bokashi? Can you answer that briefly? Sa Bokashi, kahit po ang bones ba, pwede daw? Ano ba ang food preparation bago ilagay? Yes.
Yes,
pwede, no?
Yes, pwede.
Any food waste.
Any
correct.
Food waste. Yep.
Any food waste. Very good. And we will upload a video that you should have presented earlier because we're 1 hour and a half on our Facebook page. Yep. Jen Horn, you can learn more about Bokashi composting or source compost buckets and Bokashi brand from the Green Space Pilipinas. Fritz Hermoso Season, maraming salamat Madam Lauren sa pagpaunawa sa amin ng mga bagay na maari pa naming magawa para makabahagi sa malawakang problema sa ekolohiya. My favorite, Attorney Yoli Doblon. Sabi niya, this is a very informative program. Matagal na kaming hindi lang gumagawa ng batas at gumagawa ng national budget ni Director Irene at ni Attorney Yoli Doblon. Maraming taon, kung hindi kami rin ay nagba-backyard farming sa aming maliliit na lugar. Hi, Attorney Yoli, miss ko na kayo. Says Villahermosa, we need it to promote it in barangays. Yes, we will make it a law. Global Seed Savers, learn about Global Seed Savers at www.globalseedsavers.org. Ron Oil Romero watching in Harbor City, Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. To all Filipinos and non-Filipinos in Canada, share your best practices in permaculture, in agroecology, etc. Jabez, glad to see the environmental and agriculture and networks converging here. Nemia Marie Atutubo, good morning everyone and God bless us all with good seeds to plant and harvest soon. Thanks be to God. Joey Myra, what is wet processing with fermentation? Could we explain that again, Rina? How is it done? Is that not what you explained earlier? So we will put that on Facebook since it's a long process. Eric Matienzo from Pila Laguna. Ann Ibuna Pastrana. Napakaganda po nito pag mas maraming matuto, magawa. Kasama nyo po ang fast cut sa pagkalat nito sa Pilipinas. Yung mga video natin and all the programs of stories for a better normal, I asked my staff who are with me now to share it with Chet and Marianne Pastrana, who also have a farm in Mindoro. And they can show it in their monitors in FastCap para yung mga nagki-criss-cross ng ating napakagandang mga isla sa Pilipinas, pag uwi nila sa kanilang mga barangay, sa ilalim ng ating libre uli antike or maski hindi antike sa balik probinsya, ay magtabi ng mga seeds, mag-soil composting, at patupad ang permakultura at ang organic agriculture. Marami pa. Oy, wait a minute. Okay. So, Roberto Bahenting, magkano po ang cost ng inputs and preparation of Bokashi? Don't you do anaerobic digester for kitchen food waste mixed with plant crop residues, including animal waste? This process produces renewable energy, etc. So, all of these questions, can we connect him with you since medyo mahaba ito? Rina, can you connect with Mr. Roberto through my staff? He's from, let me see. He has questions. I learned this process when we trained on household biogas digester at the Asia Pacific Biogas Research in Chengdu City. So he studied it in Chengdu in Sichuan province, and perhaps we could connect you, Rina, Papio.
Yes,
and
please.
Dave North Helfer. Thank you, Dr. Calub. Very inspiring. Looks like you have a fan here, Dr. Calub. Michelle Dairit Fernandez, will someone be compiling a list, yes, of all the resource speakers and their preferred contact information? Thank you very much. Hello from BF Homes. Yes, I asked my staff, not just this show, but all the webinars we've had of Stories for a Better Normal, we upload it on Facebook of Kong Lauren Legarda and Inday Lauren. We upload it on the Climate Change Commission Facebook page, on my YouTube channel, as well as all the resource persons in the respective online platforms. At the same time, we do, if they don't have a time to watch the 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, episode 1, the topic, and we put the contact information so it's easy to navigate, okay? I hope Tala and Sherry are watching, and Com Manny de Guzman and Com Rachel and Victoria. Okay, Michelle Deirit Fernandez, yes, your answer is we will be compiling. Sol Villanueva, congrats to all. Thanks for the wonderful lectures. Oh, Rina Go, please post the laws. Yes, after this, post all my laws, not just the titles, but every provision in the law on both my pages. Okay, Tala knows that. Jeffrey Sotero, Congresswoman Legarda, is a seed saver. Matagal na po. Ako po'y taga-ipon ng buto, taga-ipon ng tubig ulan, taga-ipon po ng food waste. Kaya ako po ginawang batas yan noong 1998. Yung aking ginawa ng aking pagkabata hanggang sa midlife ay ginawa ko pong batas. Yes, Sue, I have to wear glasses. Sue Guadania, please do more of this. I'm into container gardening. Very good. Urban farming in Iloilo City. And soon we'll start seed saving. So Sue Guadania, we connect you with the global seed savers, okay? So we will post this and all the contacts of everyone. They want to start permaculture. So Bert, Peeters, and Jabez, please contact them in our Guimaras property. We want more of these webinars and actual. And Spring Paulino, thank you, Honorable Legarda. Thank you for all the hard work you do. The rest of the advocates and speakers, shout out to the global seed savers. Hope we also educate our farmers not to sell their farmland. Stay safe. From Cebu, stay safe. Cebu, please, please stay home. Susel Planilla from BGC Taguig, where can we buy permaculture soil? You do it by segregating your waste and putting your food waste in a compost pit, by putting the dry leaves and twigs together with your food waste. Then you do your own compost. You don't have to buy the soil. You regenerate and you do your own soil. That's what I've been doing for decades. So, oh, time check. O sige. It's 11:35 and I thank all of you for joining us. Our friends from UP Los Baños, Carla from Palawan, and Attorney Paula of Down to Earth, Mr. Peeters from Nueva Ecija, Rina Papio, and Dr. Calub, and Miss Hizola, and Dr. Flores from UP Los Baños. Did I miss anyone? No, everybody had a chance to speak. Thank you for your presentations. Can we also ask you additional homework to do more than art cards? Can you please do, sige na, you do it. 3-minuters. 3-minuters of video, easy to understand. No need voice. Para i-upload po natin sa aking Facebook page and in your Facebook page because people need video. We have the Bokashi composting. We will post that on my Facebook page and we will ask the seed savers to do that. We will ask Dr. Calub to do that. We will ask the mappers of biodiversity of our doctoral student to do that. We will ask Mr. Peeters to do that. Pasensya na, when you're a guest of Lauren Legarda, may homework kayo. And after this, we will schedule a technical working group with the Climate Change Commission with Vice Chair Manny de Guzman and Commissioner Rachel and Beck, as well as the Climate Reality and Sonia Mendoza as well, and Tala and Cherie and Rose, my staff, so that we can actually pilot Antique in the 18 local governments to be a permaculture center of Western Visayas and the Philippines. I see that you had spots around the Philippines. I'm offering my whole province where the mountains meet the sea, which is populated by fisher folks and farmers. So we have very, very rich soil and a rich culture. And it would be a great model and prototype for other provinces to follow, to be a permaculture center in the Visayas and in the Philippines. We will continue to work together. We will legislate everything that we talked about. The dream of every resource person today is that we will immortalize the work that they're doing in their little corners of the world. As always, 1 hour is never enough. 1 hour becomes 1 hour 45 minutes, but it's hours and man hours of sharing our laws, sharing the policies, sharing the work of people in the provinces, of experts and scientists and advocates. And so the energy is simply positive. Importante po, plant, plant, plant. Sabi nga ng Department of Agriculture. Kaya yung mga nanonood sa atin sa Facebook, libre po yung mga butong binibigay ko. Libre din po ang mga binibigay po ng Department of Agriculture, Agricultural Training Institute, who's also a partner for their training kits. Namigay po tayo ng bisikleta sa ating Sustainable Mobility na webinar. Mamimigay po tayo ngayon seedlings, seeds, at saka starter kits. Pero pakita po ninyo kung paano. Nandito ba yung mga kamatis galing sa Germany? Pwede natin i-flash. Alam mo, may konti akong storya na si Carol Malasig, isang Filipina-Danish journalist na diplomatic wife, nakatira sa Germany. Never pa siya nagtanim sa buong buhay niya in her millennial years. Pero pinilit ko na sumali sa ating webinar at nagtanim siya ng kamatis. At ngayon ay buhay na buhay, kinakain po niya. I don't know if you have the picture. Do we have? Oh yeah, no, see? Okay, imagine for a person who has never planted anything before or at least tried to plant, wala daw na buhay. Kagabi hanggang madaling araw dahil sa ating time difference with Europe, ka-text ko siya at pinakita niya, kinakain nilang mag-asawa na consul sa ating Philippine Embassy, ang mga kamatis, mas magaling pa siya magbuhay ng kamatis kaysa sa akin ngayon. Kaya magpapaturo ako kay Carol na siyang tinuruan ko na mag-urban gardening. Siya rin ang nagbigay sa atin ng ideya, magkaroon ng Klein Garden sa isang communal space para sa pagtatanim ng ating gulay. Thank you very much, Carol Malasig. At yung ating mga DA starter kits ay mamimigay din tayo. Sana marami pang kamukha ni Carol na makakabuhay ng halaman na nagbibigay buhay sa atin. Attorney Ipat Luna, I'd like to give you 30 seconds. Are you with us now from Taal Lake? Dahil
I'm in Quezon City, unfortunately.
Okay. Nasa Quezon City ka. I can see your office. Sige, kala ko pa naman nandyan yung bamboo house mo. Kasi si Ipat din, ang aking kausap palagi, pag kami ay nag-identify ng mga bulaklak ng ibon at pati paru-paro. Would you believe? Hanggang 12 midnight, ang aming pinag-uusapan ni Ipat. Ano, Ipat? Buto? Hindi ba? Buto at ibon. Di ba?
Buto, ibon, paru-paro.
Ayun. Kami, yan ang conversation namin ni Ipat. Buto, ibon, paru-paro. So Ipat, just your takeaway from all of this. I give you a few minutes even if we are over time. Our expert on biodiversity, Attorney Ipat Luna.
Maraming salamat, Deputy Speaker. Gusto ko lang sabihin kasi sa lahat na napakadali lang ito. Huwag tayong mag-isip na may isang malaking pagbabago sa buong buhay natin para magawa ito. Basta yung nasa kusina, tandaan lang yung dati na may kaning baboy, may lalagyan ng kaning baboy doon dati. So, ibalik lang natin yon, tapos yun yung ilalagay sa bokashi or sa compost pit. Hindi na po yan mahirap. At malaki ang pakinabang ng sino mang gagawa niyan. Nakikiusap na po kami kasi nung read ako ng Calabar Zone, mga 36%, 38% lang ang kaya ng mga landfills. Ibig sabihin po niyan, halos lahat ng ibang basura ay hindi kayang ilagay dun sa legal natin na landfills. Kung babawasin natin yung nabubulok sa ganun, 50% kaagad ang mababawasan dun sa ilalagay natin sa landfills na napakamahal din naman ng construction. So as your patriotic duty, kung mahal nyo po ang bayan at mahal nyo ang inyong kinalalagyang lugar, inihikayat na po talaga kayo kung maaari lang, huwag na po natin pakawalan sa bahay natin ang lahat ng bubulok na bagay. Maraming salamat po.
Very good, Ipat. Actually, labag po sa batas na ginawa ko noong 2001 ang pagkolekta ng pagkain at ng lahat ng dry leaves dahil yan po ay dapat linalagay sa compost pit. Dapat ang kinokolekta lang po ng garbage collector ay yung residual or latak na hindi kayang iresikulo. Kaya salamat sa passion mo at sa pagpapaalala mo, Attorney Ipat Luna. Yung ating mga bokashi video composting at yung mga video natin na shinare sa akin ng aking kaibigan si Ria Benedicto Villavicencio tungkol sa pagtutubig ng halaman maski wala kayo sa bahay, ipopost natin sa ating Facebook page. At lahat po ng email address at ng mga online messages na pwede ibigay sa ating panel of experts today ay ilalagay po natin sa ating Facebook page. So thank you to all our Facebook friends. We don't say goodbye because we are on Facebook. Share and share and share. Plant and plant and plant. Compost and compost and compost. Thank you to all of you. Thank you for sharing. That's the way to learn. That's the way to go in this day of pandemic and beyond. I wish you all a good day. God bless you. Keep safe. Salamat. Isang lunti ang Pilipinas sa ating lahat. Thank you.
Kuya Bert, sana nagtagalog ka.
Nice meeting you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you all.
I added you in Facebook. Bye.
Yes po. Na-accept na. Thank you.
Thanks, Rina.
Bye.
Bye. Salamat. Bye. Salamat sa staff din who made this seamless.
It's back. Thank you, Beck.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Beck.
Thank you, Beck.
Thank you, CCC.
Bye.
Carla, say hi to the beach for me.